Welcome back, brewery travelers. Bev and I are here for another discussion of several more breweries, and we've done another trip, love. Where did we go?
Oh, we just stayed home in Florida. Just a nice little trip down 75 till it started pouring down rain.
She's absolutely right. It probably rained about as hard as I've seen it rain, even in Florida, for quite some time.
Yeah.
It was pretty difficult trying to drive down I75 because of that rain, but we found a way to be able to solve the problem, because as I looked at the map and I checked out breweries near me, one of the things I found was a place called Marker 48. And if you take a turn right off of I-75 if you're going south, then the result is you go through a place called Brooksville, and just beyond that is a place called Spring Hill. And Spring Hill we've been to before.
Yes, but Marker 48 is technically in Brooksville. Because I asked her, and she said, well, yeah, sort of technically. But it's just grown up a lot.
Yeah, that's true. As a matter of fact, to help you if you're familiar with it, it's sort of between Brooksville and Weeki Wachee.
Yes,
very,
it
very
definitely is.
Wachee. So if you're a fan of the
mermaids
and Weeki Wachee, you can get beer also.
And they had a beautiful photo outside of the mermaids at Weeki Wachee that showed up on their outside area, which it's just. It's changed so much outside, because it used to be more or less by itself, a country-like feeling, and now the back is all closed in with a lot of tables and umbrellas, which makes it really nice when it's so hot. But it was kind of a shock to us because it was so totally different out there.
Well, one of the things we enjoyed the first time was the openness of the outside area.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, and I'm sure it's because they apparently have very good crowds, just lots and lots of tables, really not much room for any games or anything.
No.
Inside also was very large.
Oh yeah, inside's beautiful. It looked the same. As soon as you opened the door and walked in, you knew right where you were. We'd been there. Barbara and Rob were with us, and that hadn't changed a bit. And the beer was really, really good.
What did you have?
I had River Hazy IPA, and oh man, was it good. What was it, about 6%, I think?
I think it was around 6%.
Yeah, it wasn't real heavy, I know that, but it was very, very good.
And this is Mike talking, so I couldn't avoid not having the Mike Red Eye, be like Mike Red Eye. It was a good beer also. But with that name, it's bound to be good. And
it's also sort of a neighborhood, even though it seemed like it was in a very busy area. They had a lot of people. Foursome came in just in front of us. There were people sitting around. They had tall bar-like tables with stools. They had some sit-down areas, and they had. I don't think they had any bar stools around the bar. I think that was strictly walk up and get your beer.
It is. And when the last time we were there, they were very crowded. They were very insistent upon people going over to one area if they were going outside to get their beer.
Yeah,
which is part of the reason they don't have any bar stools there.
Right.
Yeah.
They had a lot of merchandise, really nice stuff. So it's well worth your stop. It's just what we call, quote unquote, a destination, other than just driving by and driving in and getting a beer.
Yeah, there's a chance if you want to go over Weeki Wachee, I guess, but it's not the kind of place that you just go around the interstate and say, well, gee whiz, I'll drop off for a second. Because it is about a 15, 20-mile ride over to where it is.
Okay, let's get on the Sunshine Parkway.
Okay, Sunshine Parkway, go south.
Go south. Warmer weather.
Right at the end of Sunshine Parkway is a place called Thirsty Buffalo.
Oh, brand new. Been there 2 months. Beautiful building. It's in a brand new shopping center that stores and restaurants are still opening. Some have been open a couple months. Some of them will open in a couple of months. But this was really beautiful. It had a few tables outside. Inside was very large.
Inside was very large.
And oh man, they had the prettiest buffalo statue you have ever seen. It was just gorgeous.
It was easy to tell where they got their name from.
Yes, it was. Well, that's funny too, because our bartender's Chris, and he was so cute and so helpful. And he was telling us that the owner actually got this buffalo from a field. There was a place that had a lot of different animal statues. And darn it, I forgot to ask him, or we got talking and I didn't ask him, which came first, the name Thirsty Buffalo or the buffalo statue, and then they came up with the name.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him next time.
Yeah, yeah. But it was a very nice place. I should comment, you have seen on other shows of ours that we periodically talk about something called Craft Tapped.
That's right.
Craft Tapped is a organization that you can join. If you live in Florida, it changes from state to state. If you live in Florida, it costs round figures $20. I think it's actually $21.99 for a 12-month period. And in that 12 months, you get to go to 10 different breweries every month for 12 months, which equals out to 120 times that you can buy one beer and get one free. And this is among that group.
Yeah.
There are actually a lot of them in the Tampa area.
Oh yes, and my beer was an Aussie Colder. It was really good. What 5.8 or something like that?
It was 5.8, 5.8. It sure
Yeah,
was.
yeah, that's what I thought.
And I had a Westbound Down, which was a IPA, and it was around 6.8.
Yes, yes, and both of them were really good. I tasted yours, but as I've so often said when I'm driving, I try to keep the alcohol content down.
That's right.
They did not have food. I can't remember. I don't think they had food.
I don't think they had food, but they're in an area, and as a matter of fact, there is very soon a new restaurant that's going to open right across the sidewalk from where they are in the mall.
And I would imagine that's going to be sort of, you can go get it, bring it over. Yeah, and they had tables outside that were very close, so that would have been fine. And they had a lot of people in there for 2 months old.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it was a good crowd.
Where were you going next?
Oh, my favorite place. Florida Avenue Brewing.
Why is it your favorite place?
They have the best buffalo cauliflower in the world.
The reason we took this trip was to go get some of that buffalo cauliflower. It is really, really good. It's right off a mile off of I75. It's about 11 miles from the Thirsty Buffalo.
Yes.
So the Thirsty Buffalo is like 10 miles off of I-75 toward the Gulf Coast. And this Florida Avenue is on the other side. But we're very serious. This is just a wonderful brewery. It's a very large brewery.
And they have a beautiful outdoors. They have a bar outdoors. They have several TVs. They have a covered area. They have an area that is just wide open with tables in it. And it's a huge restaurant. The food, everything they've got, everything they pass you by with is like, oh my gosh, I think I'll have that.
And although we didn't have one, they have a beer called the Dead Parrot. And probably one of the neatest shirts you'll ever see is a Dead Parrot shirt.
Yes, and I did try it. I was very seriously considering it, but they have what's called Flippa, and it's a IPA. So I had to revert to that, but the Dead Parrot was really, really good. Very, very light beer. As Rob would say, mow the grass and have a dead parrot. It would be great.
What I had was something called Along for the Ride. It was another rye. I'm into rye beers also. Rye beers, brown ales, all of a sudden I'm not doing just IPAs.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm getting better,
What'd you do with Mike? Where'd he go?
Yeah, he was Be Like Mike, remember?
Yeah. And we know you're watching, folks, and we would really love it if you would hit like, if you would hit subscribe. It helps us. Please give us your comments, good, bad. We try to answer all of them. We love to hear from you. It makes us better and hopefully gives you something to enjoy more. We listen, we try to answer. So give us a like, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe.
And by the way, once again, this is probably about our 40th show or so. And we probably have as many as 3 or 4 shows in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area. And as a matter of fact, one of them features 4 or 5 breweries that are part of Craft Tap. So check out our other shows as well.
Yeah, and Rob has done a playlist, so it makes it easier to find all of them. So take a few minutes and check it out. I think you'll like it.
Hey,
till next time. Prost.